Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and sorry we had a failure with the audio. But thank you for calling this hearing and being so close to Veterans Day. I want to thank all our veterans for their service. And maybe looking at this in a little different light. You know, trust is a series of promises kept. And I think that's what we have to start by looking at this analogy, is making sure that we're actually engaging the veterans. So now between the fall of 2001, where troops were first deployed to Afghanistan, and 2005, when Uzbekistan withdrew permission to the use of the base, it is estimated that approximately 10,000 individuals served at K-2. But there are now concerns that this number may not be accurate, as it may not include those troops which served at K-2 on a temporary assignment, or may not identify troops who are there on classified assignment. Dr. Smith, does the DoD have an accurate accounting of how many U.S. troops served at the K-2 base while it was in operation during the early years of the war in Afghanistan?
Sir, we continue to comb and look. As I mentioned in my testimony, through a DMDC run, we have added to the number. We're now at 15,777. It's what we have in our records to date, but we're doing due diligence and continually looking for other sources to be able to make sure that we do have the most complete list for the study. Over.
And have you you've basically tried to outreach to them? I mean, to make sure that they know that they have a possible exposure?
Sir, I'm not aware of specific outreach specifically to K2. We do, as you're probably aware, do post-deployment assessments for all of our returning service members, and also clearly advertise that we are available to discuss if they have any concerns associated with their deployments at any time. Over.
Well, and I think that we got to go even further. I think the gentlelady from California kind of started bringing this up, is instead of depending upon the veteran, it would be very nice for us to engage. You know, we have the records on our side, so shouldn't we, as active DoD and Veterans Affairs, be reaching out as well?
Hi, this is Pat Hastings. I actually do have a letter here which we had planned on sending out in July. However, because of COVID, we have not sent it out. And it was advising them about where they could go to look for additional information. It spoke about the possibility of a depleted uranium test. And so I have the letter. I'm happy to share it. Because of COVID, it was not felt to be wise to send it out at this time, because the danger of COVID, specifically for a urine test, would be problematic. But we certainly could send it out and just ask them to wait until it is a safer environment, and give them the information in regards to the website that they could get information from.
So now, is there any way that, or a system that exists to identify these individuals, like in states and districts? You know, like I'm from Arizona, so we have a big veteran population. Is there a way that we could utilize the state numbers breakdown so that we may have an additional way of contact, and maybe get on the, you know, ahead of the game instead of always trying to catch our tail?
I do not know if we would be able to get down to the district level. I can look at that and take that for record.
Yeah, I think, you know, we're an asset. I remember here as the constituency of the veterans, and I just think that it's building that trust that is so in need. You know, I thank everybody for coming, Mr. Chairman, very timely on the call for this hearing. And I think we need to keep our foot on the gas pedal to make sure that we're honoring our promises to make sure our veterans are healthy, wealthy, and wise. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.